To deny plate tectonics would be to deny the observable, and it's incredibly intellectually dishonest of that person to do so. But then again, we're dealing with young Earth creationists here.
Great Scots, boy. You actually believe that creationists deny that plate tectonics is a real process?
Well, seeing that what you call plate tectonics is not the theory of plate tectonics, and that you deny what is observed when it comes to plate tectonics, then yes, I do.
Plate tectonics is what caused the Noachian flood. Seriously, are you that ignorant of what creation model states?
Do I really have to explain this again, Nephilim? Alright, here we go, yet again. I'm an ex-creationist. What this means is I used to be as stupid as you are, and it also means that I was completely stupid enough to actually believe in the joke which you're calling the creationist model. Try to remember this.
Really now? I mean, I know that evolutionists do not research anything put forth by creationists. I know that. And that's because they've already stuck in their head that they're going to believe in their own worldview, and anything that conflicts with that, well, it can't be true, so they don't bother studying the evidences from both sides of the coin. Of course not. But you actually believe that creationists deny that plate tectonics is a real process?
Yes, because you believe in something vastly different than the plate tectonic theory and deny what is observed.
Oh my gosh, boy. No, they don't deny plate tectonics. They just disagree with some of the points of plate tectonics, like the fallacious idea that the plates are moving across the Earth at the rate your fingernail grows, and have been doing so for many millions of years.
Bingo! You deny plate tectonics and what is observable. We can actually observe the plates moving right now thanks to a technology we call global positioning satellites. These things allow us to actually watch these plates move very, very slowly. We can also watch it move very slowly in the past thanks to magnetic rocks, which I all explained this in my previous video. A video you paid absolutely no attention to because you allowed your creationist worldview to interfere with the free education I was giving you. So let's skip to what makes it clear that you were just wanting to attack what was being said but not paying any attention because of your creationist worldview. Now, a young Earth creationist right about now may actually ask a valid argument, seeing that we know that we have established and can observe the plates moving today. This argument is typically in the form of a question that goes something a little bit like this. How do we know that the plates have been moving in the past and have been moving at the same rate that they are today? Now, this argument that the young Earth creationist presents is their way of saying just because it's all happening today, right now, does not always make it so, and that scientists are just making assumptions about this in the past. It's their way of trying to make the evidence of plate tectonics just invalid. However, unlike NephilimFree, scientists are not just making assumptions here. There are many ways that they extend measurements into the geological past, such as using oceanic rocks.
Oceanic rock has been subjected to water for thousands of years. Water washes radioactive salts out of rock.
Besides the fact that this claim had already been dismissed in a previous video, this shows that you, NephilimFree, did not pay any attention to what I actually said. You were allowing your personal creationist worldview to interfere. You had been too busy wanting to attack what I said than to have actually bothered to listen to what I was saying.
We've already discussed radiometric dating processes and demonstrated clearly they're worthless.
Ugh, I did not bring up radiometric dating, and again, your claim had already been dismissed about radiometric dating.
See, when there's a volcanic eruption, the iron-bearing material that is spewed out, mostly in the form of magnetite, becomes magnetized by the Earth's magnetic field as they cool. The direction that they are magnetized in will point to the nearest magnetic pole at the time. Now, the oceanic lithosphere is being formed continuously by volcanic eruptions at the spreading ridges of the plates. So we can establish that the whole oceanic plate bears a magnetic signature. Now here's where the kicker comes in. The Earth's magnetic field will reverse direction from time to time, thus changing the direction that the rocks are magnetized in. Science does not really know why the poles flip like they do from time to time, only that they do.
No, they don't change from time to time. You see, here's another evolutionist assumption. Like I said, everything in evolutionism begins and ends with an assumption. You see, they come up with an average intensity for the magnetism, and then what they do is they draw a line, and that's their average. Anything that goes above or below that, they consider it a reversal. It's not. What it is simply a change in intensity.
Okay, I gotta ask you, where's your evidence for this, or is this just an assumption? Can you actually prove that this is what's happening? What is making the magnetic rock go from a northern direction to a southern direction? Please, by all means, provide your evidence, but until then, your claim is dismissed. Anyway, since we're short on time and you just go on and on about this without providing proof, let's skip forward.
Floors in a stripe pattern of magnetization. What you're looking at here right now is a pattern. This very pattern where the magnetization is reversed from time to time.
No, they're not reversals. Remember the assumption? Anything above or below the line, an evolutionist believes that is a reversal. What you're looking at here is patterns caused by fluctuations of the Earth's magnetic field moving about 6 degrees east or west several times during a period of a couple of days during the initial stages of the Noachian flood. What do you suppose caused the Earth's magnetic field to fluctuate back and forth rapidly over a period of several days during the initial stage of the Noachian flood? Well, it's the continents grinding their way across the Earth away from the mid-Atlantic ridge. By the way, the Earth does not have a true magnetic field. It only has a magnetic flux. There is a difference.
Now, all the evidence from plate tectonics show a very constant and slow movement of the plates at a rate about 8 centimeters a year, or 3 times as fast as your fingernails grow.
Boy, isn't that ridiculous?
Well, seeing that we can observe the plates moving today with GPS and into the past with magnetic rocks, and you have failed to actually prove otherwise, no, it's not ridiculous.
The ocean floors show striations, which are the result of the Noachian flood. You see, these are cataclysmically created.
Seeing that the reality denialist NephilimFree just seems to think that you can point at something and go, the flood done it, without ever providing any evidence for that claim, we're just going to skip forward to the next part.
Well, this is very important. Now also look at the statistical confidence factor right here, which is basically what this means is that there is a greater than 98% chance that the data itself will correlate.
Uh-oh. Here's another assumption. You see the MA at the bottom of your chart? That means millions of years ago. Guess what? That means radiometric dating processes. And I've already established that those are fallacious and worthless, haven't I?
Now, the claim about radiometric dating has already been dismissed, so there's no reason to go over that yet again. However, the chart that was shown here was actually verifying the accuracy of the radiometric dating. However, NephilimFree, you left out some very important things about what I was saying about that chart. Why did you do that? Well, I actually suspect it has something to do with the fact that the chart verifies the accuracy of radiometric dating by showing that if radiometric dating was wrong in any way, it would not correlate so perfectly with the speed by which the plates are moving and that we have measured with GPS. So you lied to your viewing audience by not showing the entire point that was being made about the chart and not actually addressing that point. Now, of course, in my video I could have added how it correlates with radiometric rock and so on and so forth, adding more and more to it, but I didn't. So next time, try not to lie to your viewing audience. After all, you say that you don't put any faith in people who lie for their worldview, so why do it?
So guess what? All of the data in your chart here is based on assumptions, just like everything evolutionists believe, and it's worthless.
Actually, it's based off of math that uses scientific data that shows that if either the scientific dating methods were wrong or the methods that are used to measure the speed by which the plates are moving is wrong, then the data itself would not line up so accurately as it does. And if it didn't line up so accurately, then the scientific theory of plate movement and or the scientific data method would be wrong, which would prove you right about radiometric data and or the plate movements. However, the data does correlate, something that should not be possible if your claims that you had made had been correct. But as we can see, the evidence does correlate with each other, which acts as verification for the evidence given, showing the accuracy of the evidence given in my video series where I am educating you on the age of the Hawaiian Islands. But as we can see, the evidence does correlate with each other, which acts as verification for the evidence given, showing the accuracy of the evidence given in my video series where I am educating you on the age of the Hawaiian Islands. Anyways, NephilimFree ends up going on. He ends up bringing up this little animation, and he somehow again says there, see that little thing, it looks like Hawaii. It doesn't explain anything, he just brings it up, and of course doesn't bring up any evidence still within this video. We're in what, the 5th video now, and no evidence?